Oh my god, guys. Welcome to Rapid Bay.
Yeah, we have snagged the best spot.
Oh, look at this. Beachfront. Oh. Oh, there's hardly any wind.
At the moment, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's meant to be
apparently
good for...
it was getting smashed just before, but...
Yeah, yesterday, but for the next 3 nights while we're here, apparently it's meant to be good.
Perfect.
Oh, right on the water here.
So this will be us chilling, fishing.
It's going to be good. Already met so many nice people too. So,
just even walking in.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's been good.
Toby.
Oh.
Apparently there's seagulls here too. All right, let's not muck around. Let's get set up. Yeah. Might take the bikes off yet.
Maybe
Hey, so we've had a heap of questions about the pegs that we use to tie our awning down. These are ground dogs. Now, I had trouble even finding these on the net, like an official website or anything. We bought these from Chaos Gear in Brisbane before we left. We bought 2 of them for our Navigator tie-down straps, and then when we went back recently, I got another 3 more for our shades. These things, in my opinion, are the best pegs on the market. We started off with these ones. I can't even remember what brand they are. I think we went to BCF, but you see the difference there. Like, have a look at that. See the thread. So these things are that good. When you put them in the ground, they're not coming out, and they're a 19mm socket, so same as your drill for putting down your legs, so you don't have to go changing, whereas, you know, that one's got a different size head. Have to muck around getting the other socket out. But I'll show you how easy this goes into the ground, and this at Rapid Bay is extremely hard ground. I was trying to put a few just hammer pegs in just to put in the floor mat. Struggled, but we'll chuck this in. Look at that. Sturdy as too. And like, it's not coming out. So we just went for a drive into Normanville. That place is 20 minutes north of Rapid Bay. Had to get a few groceries for the nights that we're here because we're pretty much out. And
there's nothing in Rapid Bay.
No, not a single shop. It's a couple of houses, like fishing shacks, and that's it.
And even those
and a school
empty?
apparently though. But it's strange.
Yeah, doesn't seem like much.
We also went to the butcher. We got another brisket, so we'll do another slow cook in the Weber. Can't wait for that. This is the perfect spot for it. So we don't have to go anywhere. We're right on the beach. We
literally have nothing else to do.
Let the thing cook, and we'll have a few beers at the same time. I can't wait to get back down there because the place is amazing. So, like,
spectacular, I want to say.
It is exactly how you see it in the photos and videos.
Yeah.
It's, you know, a lot of the places you rock up and you go, oh, it's not really as good, but this place is amazing. And the weather is spot on right now.
Yep. So hopefully we can do some fishing and catch some squid and maybe some whiting or something, because we are fast running out of money because meat is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, so. It cost us 41 bucks for that brisket we just bought, but a little bit of a treat. Don't do it all the time.
No, but yeah, we need to start catching more of our own food anyway. Cutting down on this budget. Because we're not living it up. We are, but we shouldn't be, because we're going to be blowing through the money real quick.
Yes.
Good spot for breakfast, Bella?
Yes.
And we've just seen dolphins.
Chasing dolphins. Good morning. So the weather right now is not what you would think it'd be after last night. It was blowing an absolute gale, so it was nice the whole time up until about what would it be, 8 o'clock or something?
Yeah, when the sunset basically.
Yeah,
Just before the
8:30.
sunset, yeah.
The wind just slowly started picking up, and then holy,
It was howling through.
it was an absolute blowing a gale. And then, yeah, I think about 4 a.m. it was still howling. And then probably about 7, just
and
died
then, yeah,
right
like
down.
first light.
And now it is beautiful out here.
What a breath of wind.
Just having our coffees and watching some dolphins play around. And this is going to be, dare I say it, the first time I don't do anything all day. Like
I was just about to say, this is our first time that we just have to relax, like we've got nothing else to do. So for the next 2 days.
I should also say, we didn't realise it was a public holiday on Monday.
Yeah.
So we were saying to each other yesterday how good it is that the caretaker here sort of spreads everyone out. And you know, yesterday morning when we got here at 10:30, there was hardly anyone here. We're saying how nice it is. They're giving you space.
And that's how we snagged the spot right on the beachfront too.
Lucky we came in early because there was a lineup for people coming into this joint.
It's packed now. Like there is no free spots.
Cannot get in if you wanted to. And people were still rolling in last night at like 9:30, trying to find spots, out with torches, looking around.
Yeah.
So do your research. It's a South Australian public holiday, so we didn't even realise, something we're not used to.
Yeah, you can book, like make a booking, but they don't give you a site as such as like first in, best dressed. So yeah. I would definitely recommend making a booking so you don't rock up here expecting to stay and not be able to.
Yeah, don't really know what it's like the rest of the year, but yeah, right now, she packed. Still beautiful though. Look.
So I just put them on a wall.
So these two are going to go for their first snorkel on the trip. We've had these snorkeling kits, well just the kids ones for them for a while now. I think they got them for Chrissy. And pretty keen to get out there. The water is just so nice and blue here. It's going to be amazing. In you go. Toby, walk backwards. The water is so bloody nice here. How's the water, Tobes?
This is free.
No! How's the water temp for you?
Freezing.
That's
It's
nice.
alright once you get in. But these noodles are like the smallest noodles ever.
That's probably why they were $2.
Probably. One does not hold me.
Yeah, it's
It's the noodles fault.
the water here is so beautiful, but it is chilly. There's not a whole lot of people. There's a fair few now in the water, but earlier on, no one was in here. And yesterday,
Yeah.
no one was swimming.
Kids. There's lots of kids.
No adult was silly enough.
Oh God!
But it's beautiful now. Righto, so we're going to make some of Deb's scones. We met Deb.
Crowdy Bay.
Bay National Park, that's right.
Miss you guys.
They made us some delicious scones, lemonade scones. So we're going to have a crack. Now, we don't have an oven in the van, so we're going to do them in the Weber. And we also don't have a mixing bowl, so fry pans are going to do it.
And we also don't have a cookie cutter, so we're going to use this.
So we've got nothing, but hopefully at the end we have scones.
Yeah, hopefully. So this might not be exactly the same as Deb's recipe because I've put the recipe that she wrote out for me in a safe place. So safe that I can't actually find it anymore. So I found something similar. So hopefully they're as good as Deb's. So it's 3 cups of flour, a cup of lemonade, and a cup of cream. I've only got 200 mils of cream, so I'm just going to top it up with milk. I don't think that'll matter too much. And then yeah, you basically just mix it all together and pat it down and cut it out. And we're going to try doing it in the Weber. I just remembered I had some cooking cream left over from dinner last night, so I'll use that instead of milk. The only thing, I've never made scones before ever, but the only thing I do know is that you don't over mix it, so you just mix it until they're just combined. I think I'm gonna have to use my hands.
Did you clean them?
I did, in anticipation. Does this set anyone else's anxiety off? Having your hands covered in stuff. I know I would be stressing my sister out right now. I think that's pretty much it, hey?
We'll find out.
Mm. What a mess. Regrets. I regret not using a spoon. It's my hot tip, use a spoon.
We're doing hot tips now.
Apparently. Oh, it's a cold tip. Lukewarm tip, use a spoon. Alright, now we need to put this on a lightly floured board. 7. Right, so then I read you just pat it down, you don't roll it. I don't know how thin, I didn't read that far. Let's just cut it and see what happens.
Let's.
Oh, that's a good noise. That's what my mum used to say. If you get that puffing noise, it means they're good.
So if your scone farts, it's going to be a good one.
I think they expand and rise quite a lot, so I'm pretty much just expecting a sheet scone, and we'll hopefully be able to cut them up, break them up. We'll see.
Alright, so we got
Sorry.
the barbie. It's actually cranking a little bit too hot at the moment, so I'm just letting it cool down a bit. 220 they reckon, yeah? Yeah, 220 for how long?
I don't know, I didn't read that far.
Okay, cool. 220 forever.
Until they're cooked.
220 until they're cooked.
So I just checked the recipe, and so you bake for 10 minutes and you've just got to brush the tops with milk or some like lightly whisked egg. So I'm going to do milk. That makes them brown.
So if all goes well, we'll be having scones. We're looking at that in about 15 minutes. So I'll just use a little, what are these called? A dryer? Drying rack? Cooling rack.
Baking? Yeah,
cooling rack.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just use one of those as like a bit of a trivet. And my trademark spacer that I made. Alright, leave that for 10 minutes.
He had one job.
Yeah, so I'm an idiot. I was looking at Fahrenheit again. You think I would have learned from last time.
He just said, they're not cooking. And I went and had a look and I was like, because it's on like 120 degrees.
Oh well, it's cranking now.
Slow cooked scones.
Alright, I'm going to take full responsibility for what happens here, okay?
Wait, let me just check this is turned on. Yep, okay.
No, I was trying to do it differently and Erin told me to do it like this and yeah, I don't think it's worked. We're going to sacrifice one. Oh yeah, they're perfect. I told ya. I don't know why you doubted me. Okay, what do we do?
Team effort. Did you just say, okay, what do we do?
Yeah.
We eat them.
Okay.
They're actually perfect, look.
Oh, yeah.
Not burnt on the bottom.
They're nice.
Can I have one
Do you
now?
have anything to say?
He's up, didn't it up.
So, the way you actually cook these is not 220.
Oh,
For 10
whatever.
minutes.
How would you know? He hasn't done it that way either.
So how you cook these is you start them a nice slow cook. Just to ease them into it. Just let them know they're being loved.
Don't
and then
listen to a word.
go away. And then you crank that temperature up, and you really let them know that you're there, and they feel that love. Anyway, that's enough talking about how to do it.
Toss.
Can I have one yet?
Yeah, we better eat one. Come on, Aaron, hurry up. I want you to eat something.
Oh, good Lord.
Pressure.
Look, now I've made a mess everywhere.
How do I do this?
I did good.
Yes, I did. High five. Proper one.
Better? Yeah.
Gonna get right into it. Yep. Delicious.
He's saving some for later in his mustache.
So back behind us here is the old limestone mine, working up until I think the jetty conveyor got taken down in 1996, but 1940 roughly is when they started building the jetty. I think it took them 2 years. 1942 they had the jetty built, and that's where the ships came in and loaded up full of limestone. And I'll get the drone up later or tomorrow, but up over the top it's this massive mine. It looks like nothing from here. It's a bit of a quarry with the old buildings, but up over the top it's a massive mine. So I'll chuck it up and show you that. But a bit of history that's not really signed around here.
Yeah.
Nothing saying anything about it. You got to research it yourself. But quite cool. But the old jetty over here.
I can't see what I'm showing
That's right,
you.
we'll show it up. You can patch it in. So you got the old jetty right beside the new jetty. Now the old jetty is a big T, and there's a lot of diving and stuff around it. There's diving companies and charters coming out here all day. And then you got the new jetty, which is only about half the length, but that's where we're going to go fishing from now.
Hopefully we catch something. How's the water? Toby's got something.
Whoa, 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 you do. Oh, and you've got Mama's line. Okay, good work, buddy. Reel it up.
Fish is that?
Reel it up.
It's moving a lot.
Yeah.
What kind of fish is that? It's a pretty one.
I don't know. Oh, they do.
So they're here.
Aaron? Here, Toby.
Good work, buddy.
So just for a bit of reference for this area, that's the jetty there behind me. We spin around. That's the campground over there. So it's only a couple of 100 metres to the jetty. Such a nice spot, eh? It's like so protected compared to the rest of this coastline that we've experienced so far. It's starting to blow up now a bit, but it's getting on in the night or afternoon. So we'll go roll in the awning, start making some dinner. No fish, unfortunately.
You said no fish.
Oh yeah, nothing we can keep. Guys, would you check out the bloody day on it? There is hardly any wind, and so we've scored 3 perfect days here.
Yeah,
in a
it's
row.
been amazing.
And being one of the major ones, Rapid Bay, to come check out for us, so stoked to have this kind of weather. Like lots of people here, like we said, but it's not bothering us.
No,
And yeah, get down there and get in this water now because it is so nice. Check out how clear this water is too. It is unbelievable. Oh, how good. Alright guys, we're going to do this brisket again. Oh, I'm excited for this one. So, rubs this time. Going to do it the same as we did at Chrissy when we did the slow cooked brisket then, and we're running behind time like we were at Christmas, so everything's exactly the same. We're going to use these two mixed together this time. Smoked and charred Texan style rub and Alabama style rub. Just going to mix them together because why not? Just want to really get rid of them. So we got this beautiful bit of brisket from the local butcher or the day before yesterday. Oh yeah.
Have it sitting out, getting to room temp.
Yep, look at that. Right, so we're going to do this the exact same way that we did last time. So just going to chuck these rubs on, get it all evenly covered, chuck it in the barbie on a low heat so you don't shock it, and then cook it uncovered for about 2 hours, and then we'll wrap it in that butcher's paper and do it for another 3 or so, or even 4 if we've got the time. Oh yeah.
Can't have too much rub.
No. Look at that. Oh, and fat side up to start off with. Just how I've been doing it anyway. Alright, it's that simple. Chuck it on the barbie now, nice low heat. We'll let it start cooking. So pizza stone and your little baking rack. Just to space it all out. Then I've got my 2 spacers, use my big one. That's it, let it cook. Alright, so this brisket has been on for about 2.5 hours now. So we're just going to pull it out and wrap it, and then chuck it straight back in. Let it cook for another 3 or so. So the barbie's sitting on about 120, which is perfect. Oh yeah. So it's got a little bit of that crust. Now we want to wrap it up. Let it keep going.
For how long?
Another 2 and a bit hours, mate, until dinner time. Okay.
There's a lot of juice.
Yes, there is. I'm going to put the little spacer in this time. Just try to get it. Have a little bit more heat now. Not too much. And that should be right to sit back in. Oh, the other thing I've been doing, because we got our barbie in the toolbox on the front, just slide it in there so no wind can blow that flame out on the barbie. We don't have to keep a hawk eye on it. Oh, leave this for another couple of hours. Well, what an absolutely amazing day we've had here at Rapid Bay. You could not have asked for better conditions. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I feel like that's all I've been saying this last 3 days.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We're so stoked that the time frame that we booked here has been the best weather. I mean, it had to happen eventually. But yeah, like I said, it's one of these places that everyone comes and says how good it is, and yep, can agree. Fantastic.
Definitely put it on your list.
So last night here, we're just gonna tick off another little thing on our list, come back to the caves. We've got our shoes on. We're gonna go have a little bit of an explore because there's so much glass up here. So we'll climb up and have a bit of a look in here. Wow, it goes heaps far in there. The cave goes on for ages, but there's no way we're walking down there. It gets real narrow, and I'm not taking the kids down there, but that's pretty cool. So that afternoon wind has just ripped on through. Unbelievable how quickly that just whips up around here. So it's been perfect all day. Now it's just blowing a gale. So we'll quickly go get that meat out of the barbie and then serve it up. Ready? Oh, it's gonna be good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. So, what's the time? 6:45. So, took it off about 10 minutes ago and I put it on at 1 o'clock. So, what's that? That
6
long.
hours nearly?
Cook it for that long.
5.5 hours.
So, it is really tender on the thicker side, and then you've got your little thin end, and it's a little bit more done there, but still beautiful. Look at that. Just pulling apart. Ah, love brisket. So we're just going to keep it simple. Just have some coleslaw on some bread. We didn't even get bread rolls. We stuffed up. We went to the shops. And we forgot bread rolls. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't even think I've been drinking today.
Especially with some bread and tomato
More than I have
sauce.
actually been.
It's probably a little bit overdone, if anything. The battery's finally died on us. We knew it was going to happen soon.
It's been sluggish for a while.
Yeah, when we haven't driven this thing well, we packed it up 3 days ago and haven't driven it, so it's bound to happen. But that's all right. We'll get the iTech World jump starter pack out. Haven't actually used it properly with a flat battery yet, but should be right. We'll see if it starts it.
We used it on the Mazda.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, got the iTech World one. We ordered this before we left. Used it on the Mazda. Worked fine, but they reckon it's got to be full charge because this is a 2000 amp. It needs to be full charge to start a bigger car, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we are all good.
We haven't used it for a long time, so it might have full charge.
Maybe, mate.
Wanna hold that for me, buddy? It's not, it's flat.
Wow.
Alright, so it turns out this isn't charged. It was the last time I checked it, but that was probably a good month ago. That's alright, we'll chuck it on the batteries in the back, charge this up and then start it. Alright, so plugged in the charger. We'll let that charge. Don't know how long it'll take, to be honest, but lesson learned. Check them more frequently, make sure they're fully charged. But hey, worse spots to be stuck. Might go jump in, have a swim while we wait. So this side, mate. So we got Chris the Legend coming to get us a jump start. I was having drinks with them last night. Lucky they're here because we just looked up that charger. It's 4 to 5 hours to charge it from empty. So luckily these guys are going to help us out. Here to save the day, mate.
That's it. That's it.
All right, kick it in the guts. Give it a second. Nope, she'll need a little bit more charge. She was proper dead.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Is it 100%?
check it.
100%.
Mine's at 1.
Straight away down to 45%.
Good.
Gee, you must be really dead.
All right, we got it going. It took a jump pack on top of the jumper cables. Unbelievable. So better not turn it off, get into Adelaide, get ourselves a new battery. Hey, well, what a absolutely amazing time we had at Rapid Bay.
It was so, like, such a magical place.
As good as everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah.
Granted, the weather was perfect for us.
Yeah.
Amazing. Definitely put it on your list. We'll definitely go back.
Yes. If we do a second lap, it will still be on the list.
Yeah, bit sad to be leaving, really. The weather's still perfect today. I mean, we're leaving later than we thought, obviously without being able to get the car started, but and
Good old car trouble.
we're down to a quarter of a tank, and I don't really want to turn it off at a servo to get some fuel, so yeah, it might be a little bit more exciting still.
Great.
But we're off to Adelaide now. Gonna have a few little stops on the way, just some nice beaches, and then get set up in Adelaide. Hey, big shout out to Chris and Ray for helping us out.
Yes, thank you so much.
If it wasn't for you guys, we'd still be sitting there on a beautiful beach, so thank you.